thrown out for being childless, until a single dad CEO said, "Come with me." Or heart-touching story. The night the world shattered beneath her feet, Claire stood in the pouring Seattle rain, trembling as the door behind her slammed shut for the last time. The echo of her husband's voice, cold, sharp, and heavy with blame, kept ringing in her ears. He had told her she was broken, that the family they dreamed of could never happen because she couldn't give him a child. Moments later, he tossed her suitcase onto the porch and walked back inside with the kind of finality that left no space for hope. With her clothes soaked, her heart numb, and her dreams crushed, Claire realized she had been thrown out not just of her home, but out of a life she had fought so hard to build. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of one moment to change a person's life, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps stories like this reach more hearts. As Claire dragged her small suitcase down the dim street, the rain felt like a curtain hiding her shame. She tried to breathe, but each breath trembled with a mix of disbelief and heartbreak. For years, she had endured the subtle cruelty, the constant tests, the doctor visits alone, the quiet accusations when the results never changed. Her husband, Aaron, had once been gentle and patient, but over time his disappointment had hardened him, and in the end, he chose to throw her away rather than stand by her. With no family nearby, no savings left after countless treatments, and nowhere to go, Claire felt as though the world had turned its back on her. She found a small bench under the awning of a closed flower shop and sat there, hugging her knees as thunder rolled across the sky. She didn't notice the car slowing down until its headlights dimmed and a tall man with an umbrella stepped out. He looked to be in his late 30s, dressed in a charcoal business suit that somehow remained crisp even in the storm. His expression wasn't pity, it was concern, the kind of genuine worry Claire hadn't seen in a long time. She recognized him vaguely. He lived a few blocks away, a man who always walked with a little girl clutching his hand. His name, she recalled, was Ethan Carter, a single father who owned a growing tech company in Seattle. Ethan approached slowly, as if afraid she might break apart if he moved too fast. He asked if she was all right, but Claire could only nod, because the truth was too devastating to say out loud. Her eyes were red, her voice gone, her heart crushed. Ethan's gaze drifted to her suitcase, then to the bruised redness around her eyes, and something in his expression shifted. An understanding, a compassion that felt almost unfamiliar to Claire. Without pressing her for details, he simply stretched his hand toward her and said in a soft but certain voice, "Come with me." Claire hesitated, unsure if she was deserving of help or even allowed to ask for it. But the rain was still falling, the night growing colder, and her soul had nowhere else to go. So she took his hand, and in that moment something warm sparked inside her, something she hadn't felt in a long time. Safety. Ethan brought her to his home, a warm, inviting house filled with soft lights, children's drawings on the walls, and the faint scent of cinnamon. His daughter, Hannah, a sweet 9-year-old with auburn hair and curious eyes, peeked at Claire shyly from behind the couch. Ethan introduced them, explaining gently that Claire was a friend who needed a place to rest. Hannah, with the natural kindness only children carry so easily, gave Claire a small blanket and whispered that she hoped she felt better soon. The simple gesture nearly made Claire cry all over again. The next morning, Claire woke up to the sounds of breakfast being made and soft laughter drifting through the hall. Ethan had respected her silence the night before, giving her space but also letting her know that she was safe. As days passed, she slowly opened up. She told him about her marriage, the years of trying, the blame that ate away at her spirit. Ethan listened, not as someone judging her, but as someone who understood pain. He shared how he lost his wife to illness when Hannah was only 3, how grief had swallowed him, and how he learned to rebuild life slowly, piece by piece, for the sake of his daughter. Claire started helping around the house, cooking meals, reading with Hannah, and accompanying Ethan when he needed help organizing events for his company. She found comfort in routine and warmth in the gentle rhythm of their home. Slowly, her shattered confidence began to stitch itself back together. Ethan never once treated her like she was less, never looked at her the way Aaron had. To him, Claire wasn't broken. She was strong, kind, resilient. But just when life began to feel safe again, Aaron showed up one evening. Somehow he learned where she had gone and arrived demanding she come back home. He claimed he had made a mistake, that Claire was still his wife, and that she belonged with him. His tone alone made Claire's knees weaken, memories of cruelty rushing back like a storm. Before she could even respond, Ethan stepped beside her, calm but firm, and told Aaron that Claire did not belong to anyone. She was free to choose her own life. Claire felt a new strength rise within her, and for the first time she found the courage to say no. She wasn't going back to a place that never valued her. She chose freedom. After Aaron drove off in frustration, Claire collapsed onto the porch steps, emotional and shaken. Ethan sat beside her, and without words, he offered her the comfort of presence. That night, Claire realized something profound. Family wasn't defined by blood, or marriage, or the expectations of society. It was defined by love, by safety, by the people who stand beside you when your world collapses. Over the following weeks, Claire became part of their life. In a way she never expected. She laughed again. She cooked with Hannah. She spent evenings talking with Ethan, sharing stories, dreams, hopes she once buried. Ethan began to look at her with something deeper than gratitude, something tender, something quietly growing. And Claire, though hesitant at first, felt her heart opening again, healing in the warmth of the life she found. One evening, as Hannah played in the yard and the sun dipped behind the Seattle skyline, Ethan took a deep breath and told Claire that her presence had changed their lives more than she could ever know. He said she brought peace back into his home, warmth into Hannah's days, and light into his own future. And then, almost nervously, he asked if she would stay, not because she needed a place, but because he wanted her in their lives. Claire's eyes filled with tears, not of pain, but of overwhelming gratitude. This time, she wasn't being asked to prove her worth. She was being chosen for who she already was. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps bring more powerful stories to life. Before you go, comment below. Everyone deserves a second chance. With warmth and hope, the story ends where a new beginning quietly unfolds, where a broken heart finds a home, and where love, gentle and patient, chooses to stay.